Okay, so being completely honest, when I first floated the idea, absolutely not. No way, no how, it wasn't happening. Not that like that would have stopped me, which he knew, but you know, he was totally against it. And I think as someone who's never struggled with their weight, it was very difficult for him to understand that struggle, which you know is true of a lot of people who've never struggled with their weight, you know, easy way out, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's currently nearly 3 a.m. and I just, one of my symptoms is I can't sleep, so I'm just going to answer some questions. So I'll tell you how I approached it because that's the only advice I can give. So when I first floated the idea, as I say, it was, you know, absolutely not try Slim and World again, try this diet, try that diet, you know. And I said to him, look, I don't actually want to have this discussion right now because I've done a lot of research and read up on this and looked at case studies and things. And I know why I feel that this is the best decision for me. And then I told him why I felt it was. You know, I talked about how he'd watched me for the 10 years of our relationship struggle over and over and over again, lose 2 stone, put it all back on and then some more. You know, he had witnessed it. And I said to him, what I want you to do is just go away for a few days, a week, whatever, and just please can you go and research it, do your own reading on it, because I don't think it's fair for you to say, no, I don't support this and I don't agree with this when you don't actually know anything about it. And you know, I said there are of course risks, there it is a surgery, but I want you to go and look at the benefits and try to see this a little bit from my perspective. And in complete fairness to him, that's exactly what he did. And a few days later he just sat down when we were having dinner and went, right, tell me a little bit more about this gastric sleeve then. And we had a chat about it, and from that moment on he's been my biggest cheerleader and supporter, and I really wouldn't have got through it without him, you know. He's been great. But yeah, it's hard. I mean, when I first said to him about it and his immediate reaction was just to shut it down, that was hard to take because I felt like it was quite courageous to even step out and say, you know, I have a problem and this is something that I think might help me. Which is another thing about surgery. I think it's an incredibly brave decision. So I really hope he comes around, but maybe try that tact and ask him to go and research it, because in my opinion, you are not entitled to an opinion on a subject unless you have gone away and educated yourself on it. And if you understand it and he doesn't, then he has no right to tell you no. So